Hello and welcome to today's live coaching call and community conversation. It is Thursday, so we will be talking about mindset shifts. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 mindset shifts that you can start incorporating in your life today to help you live and create your most authentic life. So welcome. If you're new here, my name is Diane Parham. I am the creator of the online course, The Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman, as well as our Midlife Mindset Shift course and community where we do group coaching and do a lot of work about creating shifts in our own life and our brain so that we can in fact live our most authentic life, especially for us as midlife women. So welcome. If you haven't done so yet, please take a second to hit that subscribe button if you're on YouTube, and please make sure that you are hitting that like button as well. It is becoming harder and harder and harder for us as people who are trying to put really good content out in the world to help people for free really be seen in the arenas that we want to be seen in. So the more that you guys as a community do to support us, the easier it is for us to do it as we want to do and be seen in the communities we want to be seen in. So I always appreciate that. And if you're joining us on Facebook, I always appreciate that if you're following that page and then commenting there as well and liking. That helps us also. So like I said, we are going to be talking about these 5 mindset shifts. Mindset coaching is my absolute favorite thing to do. I have been doing this for just as long as I have been coaching on fitness and nutrition, all the things, because our mind and the thoughts that we are choosing to believe ultimately determine the outcome that we are going to get. It's not we talk about this a lot. It's not the meal plans. It's not whether you ate like dark leafy greens versus iceberg lettuce. Like all of that is just kind of nonsense when we think about the big picture of how we want to live our life, how we want to be happy, how we want to be healthy, and how we want to live authentically. If you can learn how to manage the thoughts that are going on in your own brain and create thoughts that are going to serve you as opposed to thoughts that are innocently holding you back sometimes, then you can in fact have everything that it is you are hoping to have in any season of life. So I've created some slides for you for today. So I'm going to present those and then we're going to talk about these things. So mindset is everything. What you have going on in your mind is going to determine the outcome of everything in your life. And I need you guys to really trust and believe that single statement right there. So if things are going on in your life that you're not happy with, I need you to think about where your thoughts are coming from about that and what those thoughts are leading you to feel about that situation. Because when we are feeling something, and again, remember, we talk about this in the intermittent fasting aspect of things and nutrition aspect of things. When we mindlessly do things or we do things to numb ourselves, it's because of a way that we're feeling, because of something that we're thinking in our brain. And so if you're feeling a certain way, that often leads to the decisions you're going to make. And those decisions are going to result in something, right? Whether it's something you want or something that you don't want or you're unhappy with. So we really have to remember that mindset is everything. A closed or negative mindset will limit your opportunities to live your most authentic life. And this is because what we want authentically for ourselves, what we say we really want, is the thing that we're always questioning or oftentimes falling short of because we have just been conditioned to go for what we just want. And what we just want is not enough. We deserve better. What we want to create for ourselves is this positive mindset or this growth mindset or an open mindset so that we can get everything that we want and we can feel like we're living in our purpose and our power. And that really is the definition of living your most authentic life. You as a woman are living in your full purpose and your full power. And you are really the only one that gets to be in control of that and determine that how that's going to play out for you. So step number 1, stop settling for less than you deserve. Okay, what do I mean here? This really is the difference between what you want in a moment and what you're going to settle for versus what you're willing to stick to and endure through and focus on so that you get what it is you say you really want. This is that fine line that is going to determine whether you're going to stick to something or use things like falling off a wagon, throwing in a towel, or it's too hard, or I just don't know, what's wrong with me. Like all these things that we create in our brain that are allowing us to settle for less than we deserve. You deserve to have everything that your heart desires. You deserve to have everything that you say that you really want. And that's why we focus on that really word. It keeps us from settling for less than it is that we deserve. So you deserve to have a fight in the game, and you deserve to have everything that you say that you want. That's mindset shift number one. You have to be able to say that to yourself with confidence. I deserve the best. I deserve everything that I say that I want for myself. I deserve what I really want. And when you convince your brain of that, then your brain will not let you settle for anything less. Okay, so tip number 2, stay empowered. This is probably one of the most magical things that happens to the women here in this community. If you've been hanging out for a while through the intermittent fasting aspect of what we do, when you are in that energized sense of calm and you are making informed decisions for yourself and you're not settling for anything less than what you have decided you deserve, you are in your most empowered state. Everything about your posture, everything about your confidence, how you enter into a room, how you lift your head up, how you ask for things that you say that you want, how you can confidently say no thank you to people who are trying to force things on you that you don't want. All of that happens when you are empowered. And you get that from practicing not settling for less than you deserve. So that when you get into those positions where you are being challenged in something, or you are feeling like, you're not really sure what you should be doing, that sense of empowerment will kick in, because you'll have that memory and those thoughts of you not settling in the past that are going to come forward for you, and they're going to help you make those decisions for yourself. So the second mindset shift that we have to really commit to is staying empowered. And for a lot of women in this community, we're doing that through this practice of intermittent fasting, because it does give us that sense of clarity and that sense of energy and the energized sense of calm, where we're not dependent on things in our life to get us highs that just take us to a low, and then we need the high fix again. You can be here and you can live your most authentic life in that state of empowerment, because everything is energized and everything is calm. You're not going to make rash decisions. Mindset shift number 3 is be honest with yourself always. Don't be the one that's going to tell yourself lies and then let yourself down. Do not be that person to yourself. This is why here we practice making promises to ourselves. I can't imagine breaking a promise that I've made to someone that I say that I care about and that I love. I can't imagine. So why is it, as women, we're willing to let ourselves down with the same type of situation, right? So if you're the type of person that doesn't break promises, start making them to yourself, and then don't break them. If you break a promise, then you're just lying to yourself. And we don't operate that way. We don't operate that way with people that we know. We don't operate with people that we love and trust. Don't operate that way with yourself. So be honest with yourself always. We have really convenient ways that we can make excuses for things that we don't want to do, but we say we really want the result of the thing. So one of the big things that happens, and I get this a lot because I talk about exercise, right? Is women coming to me saying how hard it is to start an exercise program, or how hard it is to commit to an exercise program. And we make up all kinds of silly little reasons why we think it's hard, right? But when we consider the alternative, situation, right? Of what our life is going to be limited by or limited to because we're not taking care of ourselves physically, like then we make this shift, right? So be honest with yourself. If you really want something, then just don't lie about it. Like it is easy to exercise, it's easy to move your body, it's easy to eat healthy, especially in today's world. It's easy to fast, it's easy to find supplements, it's easy to do all of those things if you tell yourself that in fact it's easy. So just promise yourself that you're going to make the things that you really want for yourself easy, and then don't lie about it. Just be honest. So number 1, stop settling for less than you deserve. Step 2, stay empowered. Step 3, be honest with yourself always. This is also where we talk a lot about the no matter what. No matter what, I'm going to do the things that I say that I really want for myself. And then number 4 is live in what if optimism. Okay, what do I mean by that? We often create what if statements to prove to ourselves how something's not going to work or how something's wrong for us or whatever. And what if we flip that? And every time we say what if, we end that with positivity. What if I started running and I actually found out that it was a great thing and I never knew how much I loved it and it brought me so much energy? What if I clean fasted and I just took all the nonsense out of my fasted state? What if that's going to be the thing that's going to reverse all of these things that I say that I'm so unhappy about? What if I go to bed earlier? Is that going to make getting up earlier easier for me? What if optimism? Leave that open for you to end that what if statement with the things that you say that you really want. Like, why is it that what if always turns into something that's a negative or something that we predetermine as being bad before it even happens? That's creating that fear and pessimism and really putting blocks in front of you that are going to keep you from the other opportunity and possibility that could be very optimistic and very positive for you. So only create what if statements for yourself that have optimism attached to them. And then number 5, create thoughts you want to believe. So if you want to believe that you're always the person that gains weight around the holidays, congratulations. You're going to prove that to yourself this holiday season. But if you believe that you're the person that's like, holidays are no big deal for me, like why would I step out of the life that I've created for myself? Why would I put myself in a position where I'm not going to feel great? Why am I going to end the holiday season feeling so disappointed in myself again and so wishing that the holidays were different when I can just make the decision today that I'm just the person that doesn't gain weight around the holidays? Like, that's a belief that you can totally create for yourself, and you can just make it true by proving that you're not that person. Why is it that we want to create these situations in our brain through thoughts that we're going to choose to believe that are going to be negative and pessimistic and create this sense of disappointment and regret in ourselves when we are the people who are in control of our own thoughts? Make the mindset shift. Shift your thoughts into the direction you want to go. We talked about this, I think, last week, right? Why is it that we're doing things that are taking us to places we've already been, where the outcome has already been predetermined and we didn't like it then? Why can't we now create situations and scenarios for ourselves where we make the shift in the direction that we say that we want to go, and we create these what if outcomes that are positive and optimistic and are going to actually create the results that we say that we want for ourselves? You guys, the one thing that I can tell you is that this is so much easier than you will ever believe it to be once you start practicing it. A lot of women are finding comfort in living in this miserable mindset because that's all they know how to do. When you can create a very positive, optimistic, energized, hopeful, blow your own mind type of opportunities for yourself if you just choose to think a different way. I heard a quote today when I was on my run, and my instructor said, "Why are you wearing a raincoat today? It rained yesterday. it's not raining today. And I thought about that and I'm like, why is it that we're living in fear all the time, right? Like, why can't you just take the raincoat off and take a chance on yourself? And what's the worst that can happen if it rains and you don't have your raincoat on? Like, what's the big fear? So take your raincoat off, right? It's going to be okay. It rained yesterday. It's not going to rain today. And give yourself an opportunity to create your most authentic life. Now more than ever, it's important for us as women because we really do have this freedom and flexibility to do things the way that we want to do them because we can live in our own purpose and power. And so I hope this message served you today. I hope you'll take one of these 5 mindset shifts and incorporate it today. You don't have to wait for a Monday. You don't have to wait for someone to invite you to a challenge group. I always say this, right? If you've decided today that one of those 5 mindset shifts rang true to you, implement it today and keep practicing it. One of the other things that I like to coach women on, especially in my group coaching programs, is, there's a power in sticky notes. I don't know if I have any here that I could show you, but I have sticky notes everywhere. Write down a mindset shift on a sticky note and put it on your bathroom mirror. Put it in your planner, stick it on the dashboard of your car, make a note on your phone. Like, we have to keep tripping over these thoughts that we need to change and create in our own brain until our brain does it on its own. So make sure you're putting these thoughts and these shifts and these new mindset concepts in places that you're going to be reminded every single day to use them, lean into them, trust them, believe them, execute them so that they can start overriding some of the mindsets that are not serving you. So hopefully that worked well for you today. You can write them down. The slides, if you're catching this on the replay, just scrub through them if you want to. I don't care about that at all. My whole purpose is to make sure that you got something today that you can incorporate in your life today. Okay, so low comments. Where's everybody at today? There's only 4 comments. I'm gonna read them. Greetings from colorful Colorado. Fall has arrived. Saw a little dog in a green and white striped sweater. Still loving my 1 meal a day lifestyle. Thank you, Diane, for everything. Charmin, you're welcome, girlfriend. I have my favorites. Check these out. Platform UGG slippers that match my community crew, right? So this is my fall uniform. I've got mid-rise skinny jeans on because we don't do high-rise jeans around here. I got my dark jeans, my sand color UGG platform shoes, and my community crew neck. When in doubt, fast it out. It's my fall uniform. Let me know. Do you guys have uniforms for the seasons? I absolutely love it. Hope, so good to have you here, my friend. Hopefully something that I said today rang true to you or made you think of a shift that you can incorporate in your life. And then you have to come back and let us know how it worked for you. Melissa from San Diego, 1218. Your hair looks great. Well, thank you, my friend. Today was hair washing day. And y'all know, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, I have decreased my hair product usage like I'm doing in a lot of areas of my life, but for my hair, I use one product. It's a hair serum. It's my heat protectant, detangler, leave-in conditioner, like dry shampoo, all the things, one little squirt every day, whether I'm washing my hair or I'm not washing my hair. Like I say, it even acts as a dry shampoo. And I think it has really helped the health of my hair. Like I love it. So if you want to know more about that, you can just totally send me a message and I'll let you know, or I'll include it in my next email. Smith Johnston. I think I've been calling you Johnson and your last name is Johnston. So sorry about that. Absolutely love Thursday mindset shifts. Excellent and inspiring. Awesome. And these are those things, like I'll put it back up there for you guys if you want to write it down. These are those things that like you literally can just put that statement down somewhere and go, oh, okay, I get it. I was thinking this way and that's really not serving me. It's not going to get me where I want to go. What if I just flip the script on that and change it into a thought that I know is going to serve me? So one of the things I do in a lot of the coaching programs is we talk about the second thought mindset, right? Our first thought usually is the one that is a default thought. And it's the one, I don't know why our brain works this way, but this is the way our human brain works, right? It's always like almost in protection mode. Like, ooh, do you really want to do that? Or I don't think you can do that. Or that seems like it's going to be hard, or we're going to be uncomfortable. And so it tends to be the thing that's going to stop you from that thing, right? That might be a challenge for you, but who's afraid of a challenge? Like, we like challenges. So I always say lean into the second thought. So for me, I do this a lot when I run because I'm a runner. And, if I'm running in a class and the coach is like, put the treadmill at a 4% incline, my first thought is like, are you crazy? A 4% incline? And then I stop and I think, wow, a 4% incline sounds like it'd be a really nice challenge, and it's going to do great things for my legs, and it's going to make me run faster. And so I convince myself of all the great things that decision is about to make. And then you act on that thought because it's the last one in your head, right? And so practice that as well. If you tend to be the person who goes to the negative first or limiting beliefs first, then just catch that thought, don't live there long, and change it to the flip thought of that, which is usually the positive and the one that's going to open up opportunities for you. It's a pretty powerful exercise to do, and you'd be amazed at how many times that negative just pops in on its own. Bridget, this is so helpful. I can actually see that my mindset is changing to put myself first. Yes. We have the saying here, right? Selfish first, so that you can be selfless with a full heart later. You cannot run on an empty tank. You cannot be the best version and the most authentic version of you if you show up beat down, broken down, pessimistic, not confident, not empowered. Like, who wants that version of Bridget? You don't want that version of Bridget. Nobody else wants that version of Bridget. So you have to put yourself first, and you have to show up with your most confident and empowered version of you. Then people are going to get the best of you. And isn't that what we want to present to other people? The best version of us, not the okay version of us, or the mediocre version of us, or the broken down version of us, or the non-confident version of us. No one wants that, not even us. So put you first, my friend. Smith Johnston, love your comfy uniform. Girl, you don't even know. Like, this is my jam. Well, you guys know that these are my crew necks that we sell. So of course I'm going to wear those all season long, but having matching shoes and some cute jeans, like, oh my gosh, who needs anything else? This is so inspiring. Thank you. Bree, you're welcome, my friend. Dawn, I need that sweatshirt. Girlfriend, do you want to get the sweatshirt? I answer all requests here. Let me see if I can find the, I don't think I saved it. Okay. So I'm going to type it in the comment section for you. It's shop for today's aging woman.com. We have this saying, which is my absolute favorite, because when in doubt, fast it out. We're going to talk about this a lot during these holiday seasons. We have it in black, white, and this sand color. And then we have Hungry's Where the Magic Happens in all three of those colors too. But this one is becoming my favorite for sure. So I put the link in there for you guys. Okay. So Bree, mindset shifts are so important, but so challenging. Okay. So Bree, that's a mindset shift we want to work on. Why is it challenging? Let's talk about that. Why is making a mindset shift challenging when the shift is the thing that's going to make the path that you want to go down easier? It's just removing roadblocks, right? So if we believe that making positive mindset shifts are challenging, again, that's a thought you're going to believe, and you probably won't make them. So just create a different thought. Like, mindset shifts are exactly what I need to do to get all the things that I say that I want from myself. Mindset shifts are what I need to do to make sure that I get everything that I deserve. Mindset shifts are what I need to do so I stay empowered. Mindset shifts are what I need to do so that I can stay true and honest to myself. Because when I'm true and honest to myself, I show up as my best version of me. I am going to make mindset shifts because I want to always live in the situation where what if opportunities that come to me, I'm going to be the most optimistic about their outcome. And I'm going to lean into these mindset shifts because I want to create thoughts that I want to believe. Like, that's all you have to do. But if you believe they're challenging, then it's going to be really hard for you to make them. So just believe something else, my friend. Hope Thomas, you are turning 40 next week. Well, you little spring chicken, you. Empowering myself to continue this lifestyle. You go, girl. If you can get this down now, when you're about to turn 40, all these transitions that you're going to go through, going through your 40s and into your 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s are going to be so much easier for you, because when you're presented with a challenge, you're going to be implementing all of these shifts. Because that's just what you do, right? And so you're going to be decades ahead of the game for sure. So happy to have you here, and happy 40th birthday, my friend. That is awesome. Carol, loving this topic and taking notes. Good. You guys should be bringing a notepad to these Thursday. Well, you should bring them to all calls, but these Thursday mindset calls, bring a notepad for sure. And then if you want to dive deeper with us, we do this inside of our Midlife Mindset Shift group coaching and community. We have a whole course on creating mindset shifts. And then we do 2 weekly group coaching calls as well. So if you're on my email list, don't worry, you're going to be getting some emails about how to join us soon. Teresa from sunny Spain, little jealous. Skies are gray here in Texas. It is officially fall because it is 74 degrees right now, which is 30 degrees less than it was probably last week. It's crazy. Here's the link for grabbing your community crew neck. Shop for todaysagingwoman.com. It's both on Facebook and YouTube. Dawn, awesome. And then Charmin, have a great weekend, everyone. Yeah, you too, my friend. And then Eloise, you look fabulous. Thank you so much. I got to tell you guys, I made some promises to myself. I don't know how long you've been hanging out with us here. That started in June about my fitness routines. I made a promise in June I didn't break. I made a promise in July that I kept. I made a promise in August. And now I have a promise in September that I have been working on. And I got to tell you, it has all been so worth it. My runs have been amazing. My body is feeling stronger than it has felt in a very long time. I feel super optimistic about a lot of the stuff that I have, planned for my future with running and strength training and my physique and what I'm going to be capable of doing, showing up physically for the life that I want to live. And so, man, figure it out. Like, figure out what it is you say that you really want for yourself. And then don't be afraid to do these little 5 things that I shared with you today. Like, it's amazing when you start to see the proof like unfold in front of your very eyes. And it doesn't have to be fitness. It could just be your health. It could be your energy. It could be your mindset. It could be something that you want to do in your career. It could be a hobby that you want to start. It could be a business that you've been dreaming of doing, like anything, right? But just set out the what if optimism, right? Stay empowered, stay energized, believe that you are capable of doing it. And when those negative thoughts start kicking in for you, just push them out of the way and create these mindset shifts for yourself. It's amazing what can happen for you in your life when you make these shifts. It's amazing. So I want you guys to have that opportunity as well. Greetings from the UK, Kimberly. So good to have you here with us today. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys today. It was a lot. I want you guys to kind of sit on it. Think about it. The one thing that I always recommend, and I recommend this a lot when I talk about reading books, like especially self-help or like life improvement books, is pick one thing, one key takeaway, and implement that immediately. Don't try to overhaul your life. So don't try to take all 5 of these things and think you're going to be perfect on them today because you saw them today. Just take one of them, one of those 5, like even if it's just like stay empowered. Like, what does that mean for me? How am I going to execute that? What kind of things do I have to have in place? What kind of things do I need to take out of my life so I stay empowered? Like some negative things that you need to remove, and just focus on one. And then what happens is when that proof starts showing up for you that like, oh, I can in fact stay empowered, I can catch these thoughts and change them, then all the other mindset shifts kind of just, they get like, it's almost like a magnet, right? They get pulled in and you're attracted to them. And then you just start thinking that way more automatically. And then you stop settling for anything that's less than what you deserve. And you are optimistic about what if situations because it just all falls into place because that's who you become. And so it's super fun. How do we get on your email list? Do you have to be in class? So I do have 2 email lists, but I think we're going to start changing some things with email as well, because I am going to be focusing more on mindset stuff and actually a lot less on intermittent fasting, believe it or not. because I think if we get the mindset shift part right, doing the intermittent fasting stuff is going to be easy peasy, right? It's just easy. And we have a class for that. So you can really reinforce all of this within the class. And once you take the class with a new mindset, then you're not going to ever step away from what you created for yourself. So I'll put the link for how to get on my email list here too. todaysagingwoman.com. I think it's email me. I put it in there for you. You can go to my website too if you want to, but there's the email for that. And I'm going to start incorporating a lot of this, a more general opportunity for you to join us in multiple areas of what we have in our community, and not just intermittent fasting, because I evolved as well, right? The person and the woman and the coach that I was 7 years ago is a much different version of me than I am today. And so I don't want to just stay boxed into only coaching women on intermittent fasting. It's going to be the thing that we, it's the default, because when we feed ourselves well and we reverse the signs of aging and we do live in that energized sense of calm, all kinds of other things open up for us as well. So I always do recommend starting with that aspect of changing your life, but I also want to move more into coaching women in this aspect of mindset, because no kidding, I have done over 10,000, probably minutes, 10,000 minutes of consult calls with women over my life of being a coach. And mindset is the thing that's holding women back. Mindset. And a quick shift in that will open up the entire world to you, So we're going to start working on that a little bit more here for sure. Bree, baby steps. I will start today. Yeah. Pick one thing, Bree, one thing, and then just focus on practicing that, because mindset shifts are no different than practicing a new food genre or a new bedtime routine or a new water drinking routine, right? We have to figure out like a schedule, how we're going to implement it, what kind of triggers we're going to have in place, how we schedule it throughout our day. Like it's just like anything else in our life. And I think when we look at it that way, it's any other kind of goal or lifestyle habit change that we want to incorporate, we have to focus on it. We have to implement it and practice it and find our triggers, because it's not going to be a perfect process. So what happens to Bree when she doesn't put herself first? What do? Right? And can you correct that really quickly? Or do you tend to live in a little pity pool for months over one thing? And we do that to ourselves. So the thing to remember is it's not perfect, but what you want to practice is getting out of those situations as quickly as possible by practicing the second thought. The second thought will pull you out quick. Okay, so I hope that clears up that for you guys. I hope to see you back next Thursday. What we might do is take one of the 5 steps that we talked about today in mindset shifts and break it down a little further next Thursday. So bring your notebooks, bring your water, bring your black coffee, or if you're in a place in your day where you're breaking your fast, bring your break fast thing, and we'll sit down and we'll hang out and we'll break some things out. And if you have any questions or something came up during the week that you'd like me to touch on, you can always bring it to the comment section as well. I love you guys. Have a great Thursday. Have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys back here next week.